Hey guys. Okay, sneak peekers. I am going to talk to you guys tonight about why I became a coach and why I love coaching and why I love sharing this opportunity with other people. Like many women, I had had a baby, and my baby at this time was about 9 months old. And we had been nursing, and she was kind of stopping nursing. She was kind of weaning herself. And so my milk was dropping. And I didn't realize it until a little bit later, but it was actually kind of causing some late onset postpartum depression. I am naturally like a really upbeat, easygoing, go with the flow, optimistic person. And so whenever I am not like that, my husband knows that something is wrong. And I just kind of had this all over numbness, for lack of a better word. He would ask me, just so sweetly ask me on a weekend, like, what can we do today, to make you happy? What would make you happy? And I just couldn't tell him anything. And then that made me sad, so I was depressed, I was sad. If you've experienced depression at all, then you know that you don't want to feel that way. And that's almost the most depressing part about it. You don't want to feel that way. You would choose to not feel that way, but you can't. It's like you can't come out of it. And that's where I was. I just couldn't come out of it. Backing up a little bit, when I have babies, I have 3 of them, and when I have babies, I am not one to lose weight quickly. I'm not one of those moms that, can nurse and then like miraculously like 3 weeks later have dropped 20 pounds. That's just never been my story. I wished it was my story, especially after my first kid. I wished that I was like, why isn't this working? I thought I was supposed to just like nurse all this fat off, but that was not the case. And so I kind of went into this last one really knowing that. But the more kids you have, the more crazy your life gets a little bit. And it was just hard to be consistent with any type of routine. Fitness has always been a part of my life. Health and nutrition has always been a part of my life. In fact, without knowing it, I've always done Beachbody programs. I didn't ever really put that together, but I had done the original P90 between my sophomore and junior year. I did that and actually lost 25-ish pounds during the summer. And from that time on, I was really addicted to home fitness. And so I had done like Turbo Jam, I had done Brazil butt lift, I had done P90X, I had done T25, and so I believed in these products without even really realizing how much I believed in them. So after she was born, I was trying to be, good. I was trying to work out. I was trying to be consistent. And it just wasn't happening. And a lot of that was just that there was so much information out there. It was like you can look up so many things, especially about nutrition. And there's so many promises of so many things, and so I would try something for a week, and I would like cut carbs for a week or something, and then it wouldn't, give me that 4-pound weight loss that I was looking for. And so then I would think, oh, well, this isn't right. This isn't the right thing. And so I would count calories for a week, and then it wasn't giving me what I was looking for. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to try something else. Everything else is working for everyone else, but not for me. And so what I really just needed was I needed support, and I needed something that was planned out, So being that I was up late and in the middle of the night with a baby nursing, I watched a lot of infomercials and reruns of Dawson's Creek. And one of the ones that I saw a lot was the 21-Day Fix. And so I was interested, I kept seeing that it was working, and I kept seeing that, people were losing weight, and I liked the containers. It seemed easy, and as a mom, I needed something easy. And so that was kind of like in the back of my mind, something that I wanted to do and wanted to try. Then randomly, a friend of mine posted something on her Facebook page, and she just said that was doing the 21-day fix and she had lost some weight. And I wrote on her page, on that little post, and I just said, like, that's awesome, congratulations. And her coach, who happens to be Kristen, reached out to me, and she just kind of started making conversation, just, hey, I see you have a baby, and how old's your baby? My baby's 6 months. And so we kind of started talking, and like anybody should do when somebody friends you on Facebook, you kind of look them up, you kind of figure out who is this person. And so I was kind of checking her out. And what I saw was that she was this thing called a Beachbody coach, which I knew absolutely nothing about. But what I liked was that I could tell, that she had 3 kids and I had 3 kids, and she had a busy husband and I had a busy husband. And, yet she was just kind of this girl who also liked to work out, and she had this business, and it was like all of it together rather than like, here's a product ad or here's a sale going on or whatever. It was like, this was just her life and this is what she was doing. And that was just really attractive to me. And so I kind of was looking up on my own what a Beachbody coach was. And Kristen was kind of talking to me, and we started kind of talking about a challenge group. And then I remember one day I just said, why don't you tell me what coaching is? And she kind of explained it. We put people in challenge groups and we support them through it. And, and I liked it. I liked it for the accountability because I needed some consistency. And I thought if I had to lead somebody doing this, I better make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I needed that in my life. So that appealed to me. The other thing that appealed to me was the income potential. My husband and I had agreed, I guess, a long time ago that I would stay home, and I was a teacher prior to having our firstborn, and I had actually had her in November, and I finished up the school year, and I was going to take a year off. But by that August, that first summer we were home, we found out we were pregnant with our second. And at that point, it just didn't make sense to have 2 kids in daycare on my salary. And my husband was in med school at the time. Now he is a resident. And, residents just don't make a lot of money. And so I have always done something to bring in some sort of income. I've tutored, I've nannied, I taught part-time. And, but it was always something where I had to leave the house. I had to pay for somebody to watch the kids. So it was kind of like I was making money, but so much of that money was being cut into because my kids have to go somewhere. So I like the idea of, working out, helping other women work out, making money where I could not have to pay a babysitter. I could just stay home and do that. And so I just kind of jumped right in, and it was just this weird thing where it was just, I kept saying to my husband, like, I think this is just my time to do this. Like, I think this is just right, and Jeff would he didn't want to get too excited about it because I do have this tendency to get really excited about things and then drop them. And so I think he just kept waiting. He kept waiting for me to get tired of it, and I just wasn't getting tired of it. And the best thing about this business is that we have so much support, and that was huge for me because I didn't know how to do this. If I wanted to make this into a successful business, I had no idea what I was doing. But luckily, I had somebody ahead of me who was more than willing to train me, to teach me, to show me what she did. And so, my big thing was that we could not, at the time I just felt like I can't continue to afford Shakeology. And I needed to get that paid for. And that was a big concern of mine. And I remember saying that to Kristen, tell me what I need to do because we don't have the money for this. And she said, okay, I'll tell you what to do. And she did, and I just listened. And I have never once paid for my Shakeology out of pocket. My earnings have always covered that. And I have always made money in this business. From month one, I have made an income. That's after money's taken out for Shakeology, I have made an income. Not only that, but I signed up my husband as a coach under me. We have never once paid out of pocket for his Shakeology either. Our earnings have always covered that. When I first started, I was actually teaching. It was in March. It was March of this year that I started, and I was teaching part-time. And I thought, okay, if I can make $1,000 a month, then I will quit this teaching job, and I really kind of thought that I would have to kind of probably do that, throughout the year. And within 3 months, I had hit that. So I started in March, and by June, I was making $1,000 a month, and I have never made less than the month before. So I know sometimes that's a concern in this business. It's just like, oh, will your income kind of go like this? It could. I'm not here to say that it won't, but we do have systems and we do have vitals in place that if you do these little things and you are consistent, that you have every opportunity for your income to go up, which is what mine has done every single month. Mine has done that. And so right now I'm actually on track. If my income continues to go up the way it's been, I'm on track to be making almost, around $1,000 a week by the time that I have hit a year in this business. So by March 2016, I will, be making almost $1,000 a week, which, taking home almost $4,000 a month, doing this extremely part-time job while I'm home with my kids. I run them to school, to gymnastics, to baseball. I go to tournaments, I go to gym meets, I do all those things. I don't have to pay for anybody to watch the baby, to do all of that and to be making that kind of money, which basically more than doubles our salary, as far as what my husband is bringing home. That's amazing. That's more than I could have ever asked for in this job. The potential for what you can do while working on yourself and while helping other people become better, and to earn such an amazing income that can really affect your family. It's just crazy that this opportunity is even out there, you guys. It really is. And so, we love to share about it. I love to talk to people about this because it's impacted my life so much that there's just nothing greater than telling somebody else and to hope that it could impact them as well. I love getting messages from my challengers saying, oh, I've lost this much weight, or, I made it all week on plan, and I didn't eat that, whatever, sugar or whatever their little vice is or whatever. I love getting that, but I love even more hearing from my coaches on my team come back and say, I hit this goal this week, or we made this much money this week, or I was able to use my money to pay for our car payment, or, or we're paying off our car, or, things like that. It's such a great opportunity, you guys. And so I hope that tonight you realize that this is doable and that there's just such huge potential here. If you would just, step out in faith. I know that it's scary. I was scared. I was fearful. How was I going to find people who would want to do this, who would want to sign up with me? Could this really work? Could I really do this? Would this really work? Those were two main questions I had. And so you kind of have to just have some faith that the person ahead of you, the person that has been doing this, has some answers for you. And you might not see them right now, but they are there. We have this saying that says success leaves clues. And it's so true, you guys. My first month or two in the business, I just said, I'm just going to do whatever Kristen tells me to do. And I just did it. I just did these little things every day. And I was able to start creating this job that I love and have this income that I would have never imagined, So I hope that you guys are I don't know, excited about this, and that you're seeing this for what it really is, which, like I said, is huge potential while you're working on yourself and helping others. So, okay, guys, I took enough of your time. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye.